All right, Benjamin, here we go. We're gonna try to go as quick as possible. So, first pick, Trevor Lawrence, makes sense. Zach Wilson. Fields, I don't buy the Mac Jones shit. Cal Pitts, Atlanta. Penei Sewell, if Bengals don't do that, they're stupid. Miami Dolphins, Devontae Smith. I think they traded up for Tua's guy. I think they're going to get him. Denver, Trey Lance. They made this trade. The first overall pick, they're 7. Wait. Oh, fuck. I think I did this backwards. Oh, well, it's supposed to be the Broncos 1 this year and 2 next year for the Lions pick at 7. I did do it backwards, but it doesn't matter. All right. 8, Rashawn Slater. Northwestern tackle. They need tackle bad. 9, Washington. They trade all the way up to the Lions and swap their picks. And as you can see right here, Washington gives up 19, next year's first, next year's second for... Oh, wait, actually, this did work right. Okay, I see how they do it. And then the Lions give up this year's 1, this year's 3, this year's 5, because that's just like how the value would work out there, in my opinion. Patrick Surtain, chalk at 10. They need that bad. Giants get lucky, and the best wide receiver in the draft falls to 11, 12, and honestly, someone might go up to try to trade for Jamar Chase. He won't last that long, but anyway. Jalen Waddle fills exactly what the Eagles need. Chargers desperately need Christian Darrisaw, so they get him. 14, Vikings could and should trade back, but there's no one who would really trade up to this spot where it would make sense for anybody else. So they just take the guy, the best interior offensive line, which they need badly, Elijah Vera Tucker. The Patriots trade back because there is no quarterback left, and there is no corner who would fit this range, and there's no linebacker who would fit this range, I suppose, that they would like. So the Packers trade up to the Patriots at 15, and let's see this pick. So the Patriots give up 15, Packers give up their first, their 4th, and next year's 6th, which honestly might be a little bit of an overpay, but they do need to go up 15 picks, basically. So they get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who the new defensive coordinator will love. Cardinals take Caleb Farley at 16. Caleb Farley's a top 5 player, but he has a bad back issues, so he falls this far. Tevin Jenkins is the exact perfect fit for the Raiders before or after they dismantled their entire offensive line. 18, Micah Parsons fell super far. The Dolphins are lucky they get a top 10 player at 18. 19, the Lions have this pick from that trade back. They get J.C. Horn. Most people think they're going to take wide receiver, but Dan Campbell does not care about wide receiver in year 1. He's looking to bite people's kneecaps off. J.C. Horn is actually like a danger to legitimately bite somebody's knees off, so that makes sense. Bears get Greg Newsome, super smart corner who's going to be able to play every scheme they choose. I mean, they should take wide receiver, but this is a little rich for anybody's blood, and no one's going to trade up for him. Now, Falcons trade up to 21. Let's find this pick with the Colts. The Falcons get a 1 and a 5 from this year, and the Colts next year get a 2 and a 3, or a 2 this year and a 3 next year. They do this because the Falcons' number 1 team need is edge, but there's no edge that's good enough to take at 4. So they take Pitts at 4, then they trade up, get Jalen Phillips, the best edge defender, at 21. Titans stay where they are. Rashad Bateman, that is one of the most fun wide receiver cores in the NFL with A.J. Brown and Rashad Bateman. They're going to be running posts all day long. The Jets, Kwity Paye. Was this a trade up? That looks weird. No, they did not. Okay, never mind. I did not know they had this pick. I don't know what from, but Kwity Paye, they need edge defender. He's a 3-down player. It'll work perfect for him. Pittsburgh Steelers, Naji Harris, even though their biggest need is offensive line, they seem to be married to Naji Harris, so they're going to get him. Jaguars, Leatherwood, not the best tackle, in my opinion, left on the board here, but Urban Meyer, He's just going to pick all the big college teams players just because that's what he knows. Browns, Barmore. They need edge more than they need interior defensive line. However, with how good their defensive line is as a whole, and with like what their aspirations are for this season, I think they're going to take basically best D lineman available, figure it out, put the best guys on the field. So Barmore there. Ravens, Azeez Ojulari. Weird player, 6'5", 230, kind of undersized, kind of rushes weird. But the Ravens, that's their MO. They do everything weird, but it works out. Saints get one of my favorite players in the draft, Zaven Collins, who's an athletic freak. 6'5", 270, 4.4 speed, linebacker. They're going to have so much fun with him and Demario Davis. The Patriots, this was from their trade back with the Packers. Trevon Merrick, smartest safety in the draft other than Javon Holland. And, I mean, he slots in right away, and Bill Belichick will absolutely fucking love this guy. Bills, the only two things they need are edge and corner. Joe Tryon is one of my crushes in this draft just because he's not big, he's not fast, but he does everything well, and he does it so smart, and I love it. Ravens pick again. They got this from... Oh, the Chiefs in the trade that happened today with fucking Orlando Brown. Okay, Landon Dickerson. They have not been able to fill the hole that Marshall Yonda left. Landon Dickerson can play all 5 offensive line spots and is in my, honestly, one of my top 5 players in this entire draft. I think he'll succeed wherever he goes. Buccaneers, Jason Owe, super athletic freak. You've seen Jason Owe's testing numbers, I'm sure. He's just he's not a human, basically. And if you take, size, weight, speed comparisons, Jason Owe basically is Jason Pierre-Paul with 10 fingers. So they'll work out great. Second round, I'm going to try to go quicker this time. Jaguars, Etienne, keep the Clemson boys together. Jets, Elijah Moore, best route runner in the class, gets open 24/7. Zach Wilson's going to need somebody like that. They don't have wide receivers that are actually going to be able to get open. They don't. Eric Stokes, Indianapolis Colts, cover 2. It'll be perfect. I mean, this is a match made in heaven. I love this fit more than anything else. Dolphins need a running back badly. Javonte Williams never gets tackled by anyone. This is perfect fit for them. Their offense is complete. Eagles, Jamin Davis, super athlete, 6'5". He's super raw in terms of knowing what to do. He barely played at Kentucky. But, I mean, he'll work great with the Eagles in year 2. He might sit year 1, but they need so much help on defense. It's not even funny. Bengals, they took Sewell first. They're taking Rondale Moore second, and they're going to end up with one of my favorite drafts out there. This makes a lot of sense because their receivers they have now are ex-receivers. They're outside of the formation stuff. Rondale Moore is just going to run slants and drags and make Joe Burrow look better than he really is. And I like Joe Burrow. Panthers, Baron Browning, super athlete linebacker who showed flashes of being able to guard tight ends and even wide receivers at Ohio State, even though he didn't play that much. But the Panthers, they took 9 defensive players last year. They're looking at offense the rest of this draft, and everything is going to be offensive-based, but they need Baron Browning. They need a linebacker to go with Jeremy Chin, who that will be a good pairing. Broncos, Nick Bolton, genius linebacker. I know what you're saying, Nick Bolton, linebacker, Missouri, it doesn't look great, but you put Vic Fangio with the corners you guys got, with the defensive line you guys got, and then you put Nick Bolton, who's like a plus athleticism guy, but not like a, Micah Parsons type. But Nick Bolton and next to A.J. Johnson or whatever his name is and Josie Jewell will make a lot of sense. And Nick Bolton can actually cover the tight ends, so that will help you. Lions. Again, Dan Campbell, they're going to be aggressive in terms of trenches and stuff like that. Liam Eichenberg is my favorite tackle in the entire class besides Slater and Sewell. So that fits them perfectly. Giants get Boogie Basham. They need edge help badly. He's not great at anything, but he's good at being big, and Dave Gettleman will love that. 49ers get Creed Humphrey, which is my favorite, like, match in general, just because Creed is a genius. Creed moves well. Creed is a former wrestler, and he can, like, do the whole thing where you box somebody off like nobody's business, and that's what Kyle Shanahan does 24/7. Cowboys keep a Texan and Sammy Cosme. Don't love the fit necessarily. They do a little bit of a different thing, Texas compared to the Cowboys, but they need a tackle, and I think Sammy Cosme is very talented and could fit what they do, but he doesn't right now, but he's smart. Jaguars, Kadarius Toney. They have, like, DJ Chark, who's, streaker. Then they have Chenault and Toney. Chenault and Toney will murder everyone underneath. No one will be able to tackle them. It'll be so fun, because if you consider Etienne, Kadarius Toney, Chenault, I mean, you're getting guys who are unable to be tackled, and they're going to run a college offense. Bears get a wide receiver to replace the eventual loss of Allen Robinson. Terrence Marshall. They're pretty similar players. Allen Robinson obviously way better. But Terrence Marshall will help whatever quarterback they draft next year. Chargers get Joseph Osai, another 3-down defensive end. I love Osai for the simple reason that the linebacker down to edge, move, and then add 20 pounds. I just love it. Levi Onwuzurike, another guy I absolutely love. He's mean, he's fast, he's strong. John Gruden will love him. Wyatt Davis to the Cardinals. They need so much offensive line help. It's not funny, but they refuse to actually, like, use their picks for it, so I'm going to force them to. Dolphins, Miami guy stays in Miami. Greg Rousseau. I don't like Greg Rousseau whatsoever, but I think the Dolphins do for some reason, and this is kind of a good... this is like sort of Dolphins are looking for the future. They're just taking, like, what was, top tier talent that falls, and they're just going to grab it. I think they did that in their first round too. Washington football team takes Dylan Raidens. He's a year 2 player. They have stopgap tackles anyway, so this makes sense. Patriots, Elijah Molden, slot corner for days. That guy will be in New England for 15 years. I love Elijah Molden more than I can explain in words. I love that fit. Kelvin Joseph, don't know much about him. He's kind of an underrated prospect, but he tested super well, so he flew up draft boards. 6'2", 205-pound corner from Kentucky. Tennessee will like him just because he tests well, and he's, like, mean, and he played in the SEC, so... Well, I can't remember the name of their coach, but he'll love that. Colts need tackle badly. Brady Christensen. Same offense as BYU, kind of. If it's, I love it. There's not much to say here. Steelers, one of the only NFL teams who don't care about size at corner. Asante Samuel Jr., small corner, perfect fit. Seahawks. Peyton Turner. I don't like Peyton Turner personally. I don't know where he plays in the NFL. However, because he's like 6'2", 270, which is a weird build. The Seahawks love the weird edges. It's a comparison that gets made every year, but Michael Bennett was pretty much 6'2", 270, so they'll make it work. Rams, Quinn Miners, excuse me. This is the D2 guy or whatever who's a super athlete but really small. He'll play for the Rams probably day one because the Rams love doing stuff, getting their offensive line moving. This is a perfect fit. Chiefs, Amari Rodgers, they just add to their wealth of offensive talent. This guy will play in 5 different positions for them. It'll be fun. Ronnie Perkins, Browns get another defensive line player. That's what they did all free agency last year. Then all those guys left, got money. So they're just restocking because they got Christian Barmore first round, Ronnie Perkins second round. Saints take Aaron Robinson, big, long UCF corner. They don't need him to start year 1, which is perfect because he needs to learn a lot. Bills take Tyson Campbell. Love the fit. Bills need a corner too. Tyson Campbell was a corner two to Eric Stokes for 3 years. Talented as fuck and can play any scheme. Packers get Davian Nixon. They need linebacker more, but they got Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah first round. And wide receiver as a fan of the Packers, I would love for them to take it, but it just doesn't make sense. They need Davian Nixon bad. Chiefs take basically best player available, Tommy Togiai. Huge fan of him. I think he just destroys anybody who's in front of him. And when you put him next to Chris Jones, that'll be an absolute terror. And then Bucks take best wide receiver available, even though they don't really need it because last year they took the Minnesota dude. But they kind of need receiver for depth purposes because who knows if Mike Evans or Chris Godwin or any of those guys who signed weird contracts where it's like 1 year at a time with increasing signing bonuses, who knows how long they'll stay. So they're going to take Tylan Wallace and make me very sad. That is my 2-round mock.